As we have the opportunity to speak with key decision makers like you, with responsibility for influencing and maximizing the efficiency of overall company operations, we hear about the challenges you face in dealing with the equipment and tool rental process. In fact, these three numbers tell a story about the need to increase visibility and accountability, streamline operations, and achieve greater cost control and cost reduction in the rental process. According to a study conducted by Texas A&M of industrial and commercial firms, 82% of respondents agreed that an increase in rental utilization resulted in an increase in operational return on investment. 46% of the same respondents to this study admitted they do not track utilization. Based on data RSC has compiled over the past several years, we found that 24% of rentals are returned late for an average of 15 days late per rental contract. You might say that utilization equals profit. Leaders like you share with us how equipment rental is affecting short and long-term strategies. Let's take a look at it another way. Today, leaders are telling us that there are a number of different factors that impact their overall equipment rental strategy. The first of which is decentralization. While a necessary element to many companies, decentralization provides a number of challenges for the rental process. The second is the varying number of systems people use to track rental processes. The third is the varying number of vendors that companies use to meet their needs. And the fourth is all the people used to attempt to manage the equipment rental needs of the company. And the fifth is all the different crafts and trades that need to be taken care of with the right equipment and right tools at the right time. What are the results of all these different factors impacting the equipment rental scenario? The first is too much. Too much equipment is rented and rental duplication occurs, resulting in cost overruns. The second is that rentals are often kept too long. Rentals are often returned past their expected due date, resulting in cost overruns. And the third is the excessive complexity in the rental process. People use varying systems from sticky notes to spreadsheets in an attempt to manage the rental process. Employees develop a variety of these strategies and attempt to manage all the needs of the organization. In fact, our companies tell us that their administrators describe something called swivel time in an attempt to move from manual processes to spreadsheets in an attempt to manage the rental process. So what are the end results of too much, too long, and too complex? There are excessive costs of rental. There's excessive time spent managing the rental process, and a reduction in one of the most important factors a company has, the productivity of their people. At best, this is a fragmented process and it is reactive. The greatest risk is not knowing how this approach threatens future goals. Today, customers tell us about how we can try to help them find the way to get to the future of operational excellence which they perceive. Failure to move away from this process limits the future growth trajectory of an organization. So how do some companies choose to go about managing the equipment rental process? Many do so by looking only at price. They perceive lowest line item pricing and advantageous terms as the best way to go about reducing the equipment rental cost process. In fact, it's been shown that price affects only 1/6 of the total cost of truly facing too much, too long, and too complex. In other words, price has a tendency to lead our customers down into the abyss. Companies are choosing to work with RSC Equipment Rental because they seek to find a better way to bridge the gap from today to the operational future they wish to achieve. They recognize that overall employee productivity, employee engagement, and overall project success is highly dependent upon the equipment rental process. Customers find that only by working with RSC will they achieve their goals. Let's take a look at these three goals and how best-in-class companies are working with RSC to achieve them. The first goal is that of increased visibility and accountability in the rental process. What if you had true insight into all aspects of the rental process? You truly see everything that was going on. With tools like RSC's Total Control, you'd have complete visibility into all actions, who rented what equipment, when it was due back, and this would help ensure cost reduction. With RSC's management by exception strategy, you would have true actionable data based on criteria you define to empower your people to have the best tools and the right equipment knowledge to make the best equipment decisions. Some companies are also using RSC's GPS technology. The second goal is that to streamline operations and processes. What if you had a partner in managing all your equipment rentals effectively? With RSC's managed services strategy, you'd have a partner intimately familiar with all of your processes and all of your organizational needs to make sure that you had the right equipment at the right time. The right equipment and tools necessarily to get the job done. But most importantly, you'd have a partner in making sure that your people had a safe and effective working environment in which to achieve your projects. The third goal is that of cost control and cost reduction. What if you had the right strategy and the right tools to make a substantial impact on your company's return on investment? With RSC's customized scorecards and key performance indicators, you'd have actionable data based on true history, benchmarked against best-in-class industry standards with the other companies. Your customized data would be verifiable and actionable to make current and future rental decisions. Companies are choosing with RSC to achieve greater visibility and accountability, streamline operations and processes, and achieve cost control and cost reduction in all aspects of the rental process. We refer to this strategy as RSC consumption management. While this may sound like a new strategy, companies are using this to magnify the level of savings to 6 times that of price. These 3 goals is the bridge that takes customers from today to the level of operational efficiency they wish to achieve. And this is at the heart of RSC's consumption management strategy. So if you truly want to align all aspects of the rental process and move from a reactive, fragmented process to a future proactive rental program, the only true path is to move forward with RSC. This is what best-in-class organizations are doing today. And the combined power of you and RSC will drive your organization to future operational success. Let's talk about the impacts that a major oil and gas organization had in choosing to work with RSC. These numbers tell a story about how this rental program moved forward within their organization. This oil and gas company had an increase in utilization of key rental items of 35%. Resulting from this key increase in utilization, these companies found a 28% reduction in total cost of their rental expenditures. And this happened in only 3 months of working with RSC. Now let's talk about how you and RSC can improve your equipment rental process.